Alright, hello and welcome everybody back to another Do's and Don'ts in the CRJ. Today's episode 4. We'll keep it short and sweet. Just flying over the Rocky Zone to Vancouver. And the first thing we're going to talk about is throttle position and how to maintain speed. You notice we're at flight level 310, and if you're always having trouble maintaining a speed, let's say you're too fast on the bug or too slow on the bug, you keep having to move the throttle around like that. Try setting a fuel flow of around 1800 per side, roughly. Get them kind of close. Let it stabilize for a bit. That's a bit higher, so I'll bring it back just a little bit more. That's close enough. See what the airspeed does. I'll even move the brink bug so you can see we have a slight decrease. So to maintain the speed, maybe put a tad more, maybe 1900 aside. And that's it. So start with 1800. If you're a bit higher in the flight levels, like 37,000, you want to maintain 0.77, something like that. Start at 2100. But below 35, start with 1800 pounds per hour on each side and adjust from there. You'll find that I don't even have to move it. It's pretty stable right there. So looking good. Don't just try to predict when it's your descent or rely on the top of descent. Usually we'd have a VNAV selection here of vertical speed and top of descent, all this kind of stuff. In the sim it works okay, but what it's missing and what we have in real life is a feet per minute. Now because I loaded this flight and I just spawned here, it's not going to show correctly on here, but if you use the direct intercept page, you'll notice that if I go back to leg story, Stave wants 230 at 12,000 feet. Stave is commanding, if I want to reach 12,000, it wants 2,800 a minute. So that's actually what our descent profile looks like. So I'll plug in 12,000. And I'll go vertical speed. It wants 28. I'm going to lead it by 2. I'm going to do 3,200 a minute. And I'll bring the power right to idle. And what this does is I'm building in time to slow down. Stave is, remember, 230 at 12,000, not 290 at 12,000. This airplane has a problem slowing down and going down, so I'm going to steepen my descent more than what the computer wants. By the time I get to Stave, I'll shallow it out and or level off and be able to slow down. Do box your status messages. Status messages will appear anytime something changes, and the most current thing will appear. So if I flip off the seatbelt signs and return them on, seatbelt should go to number 1. Off, on, seatbelts go to number 1. So what we do is we box them, stat. Messages are boxed. Now, if something happens, if another status message appears, it's going to appear right at the top, and it'll catch your eye because you won't have a list of messages. You'll just have, well, you will have a list of messages. It won't catch your eye if you already have a list of messages and one just appears. So now if the seatbelt sign gets triggered, nothing, it reappears at the top. So that's been checked, that's associated. Let's go ahead and box that message. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share.